know you're facing the king move, or are you trying to get some advantage in the strap as well?
You want it to be loose.
You want the strap to be loose, so you can work it.
Yeah, you're trying to slide.
That way you can rise.
And their whole thing is that they get down there and it's like their shoulders. They get down here and they start like throwing this baseball.
Oh, God, yeah.
And so it's like even if you're not strong, you don't even care about your wrist necessarily. You're just trying to torque all that.
Yeah.
But
So that only really works if the strap is tight. If it's all loose, you just slide around.
Okay.
And the other guy wants to keep climbing, right?
Yeah. So kind of dip down like you're gonna do that.
And so
try
kind
to
of
pivot yourself out. All right. So there you go. So if we're in the match and I'm trying to go, like you see how my wrist is just gonna.
Yes.
The more I fight that. So since you're so stretched out, I no longer keep fighting here. I start feel where I'm going.
Yep.
Up that way.
Yeah.
So you just. And you've gotten here because your side is not strong enough to fight with me sideways.
Yes.
So I just hit this, and then I loosen my own grip, and I just keep
That's what I thought.
a little here, a little drag, a little here, a little drag, and then eventually what's going to happen is
You're gonna be up.
you're going to feel this pinky kind of slide in there, and once it starts to get there, it's pretty much done. Because your hand's never going to be able to do anything.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid, as long as they're underneath, get back down there, because you were giving me good pressure. I almost want to just fight this whole thing out. So once they're underneath, you can even kick your wrist back a little bit because they're so far underneath that if you feel them starting to go, you can always re-grab it.
Okay.
So I just kind of
Don't be afraid of their pronation, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So just make sure, as long as I guess your hand feels strong. If it's about to go back, then slow yourself down. Certainly don't put as much side pressure. Keep everything more here, fighting this way. But the main thing is, don't be tempted to hold them because that's what they want you to do. So let them, if they're holding you or if they're just slack, let that go,
try to work all that
and then just keep here, put some tricep, and then eventually, if you like kind of this sort of seesawing, you're going to slide yourself up, and then kind of once I feel this, I'm, boom!
You basically climb out of the strap.
Yeah. And for a lot of guys that don't have a bone lock, they are working down there, so it's all bicep.
Yeah.
If it's a bone lock, it's a little bit of a different story, but you still beat it the same way. And if this strap were just
A hair looser.
it's kind of like this, you'll feel the difference immediately on how.
Oh yeah.
Like feel how
You can move a lot more.
I'm already sliding on.
Yeah.
And that's sort of it's all this pressure, just internal rotation, kind of high. And that's really effective if you have a good riser, and your riser's plenty good enough to do that. So just if you start to hit and you feel the guy kind of come back up immediately, start doing this kind of deal. And be patient. They also rely on people fouling out a lot. So don't foul out. Just you're gonna win once they get there. Just wait it out.
Keep
that good angle too, because sometimes those guys will be here, and then they'll do this kind of thing.
Yeah.
If you've got this angle, you can just
it.
you don't want to fight it. You just want to let it go.
Okay.
Like keep your position.
Because I felt when I fought it before, when they did that right there, it busted my wrist back.
Yeah, that's because you tried to
push it. Yeah.
Try to fight with it. You want to just be like a spring with it. Because when they go, it's not like they go and like can stick in this position. They kind of just like they bounce back too. So just
they're just trying to see if they can get any traction. It's a bump.
Yeah.
A bump.
Yeah.
It's not a move.
On top bump.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah,
it's just a bump, but it's not.
I've seen that.
They're really not doing it for the win at that moment. They're just bumping for traction.
Right.
Bump, didn't get in. But if you fight it, like you said, it might go boom, and then they got something.
Yeah.
Right.
So he's right on.
Yeah,
the line.
that's what it is.
So
they're trying to get into that wrist or something. And if they do try to hold that position, well, now their pronation's not going to be nearly as strong because their pronation's coming from this kind of dip move way down here.
Yeah.
If they get here, it's just pure muscular pronation, and it's not going to be there. So if they do hit it up, well, now you can sort of arm wrestle conventionally for a moment until they dip back down again.
Okay.
That's
So just don't be in a rush.
Patience.
So
Yeah, that's something I'd have to practice though. And we don't have any kings to practice it again.